versus Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO World Middleweight Championship, December 19th at the Manchester Arena. Tickets on sale now at frankwarren.com. Or to watch on TV, subscribe at BoxNation.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Radisson Hotel here in Manchester, where today will be the final head-to-head press conference between Andy Lee and Billy Joe Saunders for this Saturday's boxing, where Frank Warren will bring you a Christmas cracker. As we all know from looking down the card, this is an absolutely cracker of a bill. Headlined by a main event that is second to none in the middleweight division, as far as I'm concerned. I'm just going to introduce the guys who are sitting on the tables here today, and then say a little bit about each guy, and then we'll hear from the guys and open the floor to questions. So starting down on the lower table here, on the left is Paul Butler, Craig Evans, Vijender Singh, Jack Catterall and Tom Stalker. And on the top table, to my far right, we have Adam Booth, WBO middleweight champion Andy Lee. And to my left, Jimmy Tibbs and Billy Joe Saunders will also be challenging Andy Lee. I'm going to start with Paul Butler. We all know what a talent Paul is, and he's former IBF champion of the world, and he's firmly looking forward to getting back on the world title scene in 2016. He's had to dig deep and get back in the mix, and hopefully on Saturday we'll see him lift the vacant WBO European Super Flyweight Championship to put his, get himself a ranking and chase after, which potentially could be a good fight with Jamie Conlon. That keeps being touted, but if it's not that, then we'll be certainly looking to get a world title fight in the early part of next year. Belongs on the world scene. It's a sad, the world scene is a sadder place without him, and we'll be looking to rectify that come Saturday and then next year. Got Craig Evans against Tom Stalker, rematch after a very, very entertaining first fight. There'll be a draw that many people thought Tom won, and very fair play to Craig. He actually agreed with most people, saying that Tom just nicked it. But it was given a draw, and we get the chance to see a very entertaining fight again. So for the fans, it's fantastic, and for one of the guys on Saturday, they get to kick on and move on to bigger and better things early next year. Jack Catterall, super talent. Looking forward to. He's had a great year this year. Was touted at the beginning of 2015 as one of the guys to watch, and rightly so. And I think it'll be have to keep both eyes on him again in 2016 as he continues his development. He's been defending his WBO Intercontinental title against Joe Nunez Rodriguez. He's got a decent record of 15-2-1. He's a Mexican, and we're hoping that this guy will come and have a fight with Jack. We can see the best of Jack. As the last few guys have been on their bike as soon as they've got in the ring and felt Jack's power. So fingers crossed we'll be seeing the best of Jack on Saturday night. His stablemate, Vijender Singh, will continue his development in another 4-rounder against Samet Huisnov. I hope I pronounced that right. Who brings a different challenge to Vijender on Saturday after his first 2 knockout wins over English opponents, who had less fights than Samet has, less fights combined than Samet has. Samet's 7-7, so he's got the experience, and I'm sure he'll give Vijender a stern test as to where his development is up to. He's thoroughly settled into life in Manchester and life with Lee Beard as his trainer. He's slotted right into the gym up here, and I'm looking forward to seeing his continued development. And we've got some big news for him, which we'll hopefully be announcing, which we will be announcing after his fights on Saturday. Something really exciting things going to be happening for Vijender early part of next year. To the main event, as we all know, this is a fight that has been put on and off a few times, but we're finally here. We've had numerous press conferences, and apart from the post-fight press conference, this will be the last one. So, it's now it's fight time. The talking is over, nearly over. I'll start with Andy. He's an absolute warrior, as we all know. You know, winning the title in the fashion he did against Korobov was, you know, absolutely so impressive. You know, pretty down on the scorecard, but as we all know, what Andy's got in his locker is a huge punch, and you know, and quite rightly ended up with that belt on the night against Korobov, and then battled to a hard draw with Quillen shortly after that. He's, you know, obviously been doing everything he can to keep hold of that title on Saturday, but Billy Joe Saunders, I think there's a guy here who will prove a real test for Andy. Both guys, to win this, are going to have to be at the top of their game, you know, probably better than their best that they've ever been. You know, it's Tyson Fury created history by beating Klitschko, becoming the first traveller to win a world title. But this is the second bit of history where this is the first time two travellers will be challenging for a world title. So we're first. Sorry, Englishman, I should say. English traveller. Sorry. First English traveller to do so in Tyson, but this is the first time this has happened where it's two guys who, you know, from the travelling community will be challenging each other. So it's another bit of history. Billy Joe, you know, he's been there and done it on the domestic level. You know, he quite happy. You know, he beat the two guys that fought last Saturday at the O2. He's very experienced over 12 rounds. And can outbox anybody, but as we all know, I just mentioned, Andy, you know, can pull out that punch. So whether he's behind or in front of the scorecard, Billy, you know, Andy can do what he does with that fantastic power that he's got. We've got the trainers up here as well. I'd just like to hand over to Andy and Jimmy for a few words before Andy and Billy say anything. Adam.
Not a lot to say really. I'm really excited about this fight on Saturday, and he's still improving as a fighter. What he's doing at the moment is very impressive. Underestimate his boxing ability at your peril, and underestimate his power, and you'll see what happens. I'm really excited. I'm very confident that Andy's going to perform the best he ever has done in any fight, and I expect nothing else but an Andy win. Jimmy.
That's one thing for sure, we've never ever underestimated Andy Lee. We know what he can do, we know he can punch, we respect him as a fighter and as a nice fella. But it's business as usual on Saturday, and I'm quite confident that my man will be a winner. And that's with full respect to Adam and Andy. Thank you.
Bill, if you'd like to say a few words, please.
I'd just like to say it's been a long time coming, you know, with the postponements. You know, I've had a brilliant camp out in Marbella. You know, everything's gone spot on. Can't wait now to get in there and get the job done. I'm in the shape of my life, and I've never wanted nothing so bad as that I won this Saturday night. So I know that I've got to have a breakout performance. You know, I believe that Andy's a good fighter. I've got a lot of respect for him, but I believe I've seen the best of Andy. You know, challenging and defended his title. Well, Quillen didn't make the weight, but you know, I've not been put on that stage yet, and we know what that title will bring out of me, an extra 20-30%, and you know, I'm looking forward to Saturday night. Just like to thank everybody who's going to turn out and watch it, and we're putting a brilliant fight for you.
Thanks. The champion Andy Lee.
Thank you all for coming here today, and thank you to everyone who sent me messages online and wishing me luck. I'm in fantastic shape, very happy, been trained, and everybody else involved has done a great job in getting me ready. And like Billy Joe said, this fight's been coming a long time coming, and we're both eager to get in there and get it on. Look, there's no point in talking all this and that. I know I'm going to win. I know exactly what I have to do. Everything's drilled in me, and you'll see it on Saturday night.
Before the guys on the lower table say anything, I'd just like to open the floor to any questions for the main event. That's all right.
Can I ask both of you, start with you, Andy? The fight was first made a year ago and you went to fight Catterall, which you stepped aside, Bill. Was there any time you thought this isn't going to happen, given what's happened with the postponements? Start with you, Andy.
It doesn't really matter, you know, it's here, he's a mandatory, when there was a couple of cancellations, I knew it would happen eventually because we had agreed to it, we'd signed the contract, and you know, it's here, it's a fight. To me, it's another fight. You know, for Billy Joe, it is the biggest night of his career. But for me, it's another fight, and he's another opponent, and that's the way I'm approaching it. I know he's going to come with a lot of fire, and I know him he is. I know the fighter he is. He's very hungry, but that might work against him because if he's eager, it might leave him open and expose him a little bit. But we'll see. It's all immaterial until we get in the ring.
Yep.
Did you ever think this fight was going to pass you by?
No, definitely not. You know, when I got off the IBF to fight, yep. You know, I've done a deal with the WBO, you know, and that was my route. Obviously, if I could have boxed in while Andy was going to America to fight Quillen and made this a unification fight, I would have, but, you know, my deal fell through then with the WBO. So, you know, this is all in God's plan for me. I've been patient, I've waited, and I feel that Andy's the right man for me and the right time for me right now, Saturday night.
You've seen the best of Andy then when you say the right time?
Well, listen, I think that, you know, Andy's not to be underestimated by nobody. You know, he's proved that he can be down on the cards and pull it out. But, you know, I think that I'm a smart fighter. People underestimate me and they look on the outside and think, yeah, I can catch him in that. But when they're in the ring with me, it's a different thing, different story altogether. But listen, like I said, the talking's all done. You know, we've had a long build up to this fight, shall I say. A lot of press conferences, you know, we've bumped into each other a lot. We was in a radio station this morning sitting next to each other in the room alone. So it's one of them, but it's just business now. You know, everything's done, the hard work's been done, but now the fight's got to come. And there's something over there that I've been wanting since I've been 5-year-old, and I got a chance to get it Saturday night.
What do you make of the fact that Andy spoke a lot about his greater experience, the fact that he's been in, you know, world-class opponents and everything, so you haven't been at that level yet to one
you go through experience in life. I was 17 years of age qualifying for the Olympic Games. So I boxed the best in Russian, Cubans, I boxed them all. I know that's amateur, but it's all part of boxing. This is all still boxing, it's all a game, it's all mentally, physically. So experience, you know, I was Olympian at 18, so I've got the experience there, and you know, I've been on the biggest stage in the world, same as Andy in the Olympics. You know, this has not phased me. I've got a job in hand, and you know, it's been a long road, and I can see the goal now. And that's all I've got to do now is take that belt, and you know, the big fight's open for me. There's plenty of big names out there for me, and I'm sure they can be made them fights.
And you said there that it's Billy's biggest fight of his career. He's under more pressure than you in this fight.
I think there's always pressure to win from both sides. I'm not sure. I don't try and get any false confidence from anywhere. I don't even think about what he's feeling or what's in his mind. I only think about myself. I know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling very good. The way I'm performing in the gym, the way I've done in this training camp, and the way I'm feeling now, and I feel like this is going to be one of my best fights. So, my concentration is on me and nobody else.
Andy, Jimmy spoke about, again, how you're such a nice fella and you're universally respected, you know, being an almost decent guy. You know, but can you bring that nasty streak into the ring on Saturday?
Yeah, like myself and Billy Joe, and a lot of respect for him, Tibbs as well, Mark and Jimmy. And you know, when this fight's over, we'll shake hands and we'll see each other around and be friendly. But when the bell goes, it's business, and I'm a different person when that bell goes. I'm a different man. I'm not the man you see sitting here. The time I walk to that ring, transition, and change comes on me, and I'm a different person. And you'll see that. You'll see that in the fight.
And when does that change come? Does it come after the weigh-in or the morning of the fight?
It builds up, but not until I'm in the dressing room. Until I leave the dressing room. When I get the knock on the door, says time to go. That's when it happens, and it's instant. And that's it. You'll see it when the bell rings. You'll see it.
Adam, do you notice that Andy when he's getting into a certain mode, walking to the ring or getting into the fight mode?
Yeah, I've noticed it in a few fighters, and especially with Andy. It's more extreme with Andy because he is, you know, such a quiet, intelligent, pleasant guy to be around outside. But he can be the polar opposite when he clinches different at hands on.
Billy, can I just ask, how important is it for you to have a man of Jimmy Tibbs' experience in the corner on such a massive night?
You know, it's not only have him in the corner on the nights. I've had him in the corner from day one, and I've had him in the corner all this training camp. And you know, he's very good at reading fighters. He's trained the best. You know, he's been successful in his career as well. So I believe that Jimmy's probably got, no disrespect to no one, certainly, but the most boxing experience than anyone in the room probably. So that's a big advantage to me. Not that I'm looking to use it, but it's always nice to have on board. And you know, he's one of the best people I've worked with in boxing.
Jimmy, there's very little you haven't seen in world boxing. What's your assessment of Andy Lee?
Sorry.
What's your assessment of Andy Lee as at the level he is?
Well, my assessment of Andy Lee is he's middleweight champion of the world. You've got to respect him for that. He's the best fighter that Billy Joe could fight at the moment. And as I said before, we're not underestimating him. That's why we went away to the camp. And we're going to do the job.
Could I just flip that question around for Adam? Adam, I mean, you know, you've been involved in a huge number of big fights, very known for your tactical acumen. And have you seen things in Billy that you feel Andy can exploit?
That's boxing. Every fight has strengths and weaknesses, and it's the job of the fighters and the coaches to study them and work on them. And, you know, I am under no illusion of the experience that sits in the other corner, but we have to stay and only stay focused on what we know, what we understand, and a great fight will prevail.
So we saw Andy's workout at Arnie's gym yesterday, and it just seemed to have, he's been very respectful, and there's been a lot of respect in this fight, but the tension level just seems to be rising slightly. You know, is it game face time?
It's the two of them, Billy Joe and Andy. They're world-class fighters, and Andy's a world champion, and they know that the time is coming. You know, and they're controlling the energies, they're controlling the emotions. But equally, you know, when they're in each other's company and they know that they're going to be next to each other, they get a little bit prickly. That's natural because they know they're going to be swapping bombs on Saturday night. But they're both experienced enough, professional enough, and respectful enough to do their job. They've both promoted this event magnificently. They've been pure professionals, and now they're just itching to get in and put the gloves on.
Any more questions for Billy or Andy? Okay, just shift the attention to the guys who are supporting this fantastic fight. I'd just like to open the floor to any questions for Paul, Craig, Vijender, Jack or Tom, please.
Vijender, how important is it to you to be on such a big stage this weekend?
Yeah, that's a big fight night, and I'm totally excited. That's my third fight, and it's going to be 6 rounder. It's going to be tough, I know that, but I'm totally prepared for that. And I'm so excited for this December 19th, yeah.
Jack, you've had a big year. What are your kind of hopes for 2016?
Yeah, I think can't look no further than Saturday first, fighting a tough Mexican who hopefully is going to come to fight. Once I've got that done, then we can sit down and see what the new year brings.
Craig, why did you agree to the rematch? Because you didn't really have to. You could just say the rematch something else.
Because it was a good fight. I think he deserved a rematch because he thought he won it. And I think I got a point to pull across, knowing I didn't perform out well. He performed on the night. He had a good fight, and I got a point to prove.
So Tom will think it's a point for him to prove that you feel equally. You want to, you can show you better.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
What about you, Tom? What's your assessment on it?
Yeah, well, when Craig said that he underperformed, that's made me in the gym raise my game again. So I'm prepared for this fight for a better Craig Evans. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a great fight for the fans. And I can see it being the same sort of fight as last time. It's going to be times now, it's going to be hard, but I'm going to be more than ready. I'm going to be better this time than what I was on the last fight.
Is it a must-win this for you, Tom?
My last fight, I went in with the mentality, oh, it's a must-win, obviously, because on a few of my fights I haven't performed, basically, and I feel like my last fight showed what I can do, and to give me the confidence more than anything in this fight to be better than I know if I win this fight, I know there's going to be some good fights for me next year, so it's a fight that I've trained so hard for, and it's a fight that I'm going to win.
Craig, are you going to stand lightweight after this fight, or might you consider stepping back down to super featherweight? You had a lot of success there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to analyse this fight, see what happens. But then if they offer me big fights lightweight, I like to be in good fights. I like to fight the best fights. So, but if anything does happen, I am looking to go back down to super featherweight.
Vijender, can I ask, you sat on the table in the early stages of your career, obviously, but there's a world title belt behind you. How much inspiration does that give you at this stage of your career?
Everybody's inspiration for me. Like Jack is like a title holder, and Lee, and the big fight is coming up. But yeah, I feel I feel confident when I'm just sitting with the best boxer of the world. Yeah, I feel confident. Yeah. How much inspiration is it that you can get there quickly to that sort of level? That's good. I can say that because it's a boxing. It's not a team sports or anything. It's up to me like how I'm going to perform in the ring. But yeah, it feel confident when you're just sitting with a superhero. So it's good. Yeah.
Paul, you've got a decent opponent Saturday night, a former European champion. I think the fight for the world title, lost a close one. Yeah. Is this your first serious test since the Tete loss?
Yeah, definitely. He's a good kid. Boxed for a world title before, won the European title twice. So to step up from the last two opponents, which I believe I need, hopefully pick up this title, push me up the rankings and push on 2016 and have a big year then.
Are you confident you're going to win a world title again next year?
Definitely. Hopefully I get the chance again and perform a little bit better than the against there.
We'll talk to Jamie Conlon. I mean, how dangerous is that for you when you've got an opponent on Saturday night? I mean, is your mind on Jamie Conlon or is it on this title?
No, it's all on Saturday. When the fight comes with Jamie Conlon, I'll deal with Jamie Conlon, but all eyes on Saturday at the moment.
Well, when you've won that world title, does it make you more hungry to get back and climb the mountain again, really? Because some people might be satisfied thinking, I can look back and think I was a world champion, so I've done it, really.
Yeah, definitely. Looking back now, maybe I should have stayed up and defended the title, but I obviously got a chance to come back down, make history. Fell short against today, but you get that bit between your teeth again and go back on the title trail, hopefully get this, and then we'll have a big 2016 now.
Just when you're still playing football,
Still playing football.
Still winning. You're not still playing football, are you?
Still playing football.
I think one thing for sure though, Paul will make history. I think he, no doubt in anyone's mind that is a quality fighter in Tete, but Paul will definitely win another world title, and I think he'll be at multiple weights again. I think no one doubts Paul's talent, and really looking forward to seeing him back on top.
Jack, there's a lot of titles around here. What's 2016 target for you?
Obviously I got the fight on Saturday, but hopefully in the new year, I know the calls have been made, there's some good fights been made. I know Tyrone's got the British title, that's one I would like to fight for, but there's other fights international as well. There's a lot of people with titles, so I can't look no further than Saturday, but in the new year looking to pick up some more titles.
How much do you feel you've come on this year?
I've had some tough learning fights this year. They've not been easy opponents. Been in the gym all year. We've all pushing each other, me, Vijender and Adrian. Keep learning, so yeah, coming on leaps and bounds, just got to stay focused.
Any more questions at all?
Would you say this is a must-win fight for you?
I think every fight's a must-win. You've got to, if you don't win, you're figuring I'm getting a job. So I've got to go in. I've gone in this fight with the mentality. It's a must-win for myself. Yeah, and that's why I'm training so hard for it. And I've left no stone unturned to be the winner on Saturday night. I respect Craig as well for taking the fight again, because I think that the fans enjoyed it and it's going to be another great fight.
What ambitions have you got left on in terms of professional progress next year? I mean, what sort of titles would you be looking at?
Yeah, whatever Francis, Frank, my manager Daniel I've got for me there. I think being pro for 3 years, I was injured for 1 year, so I've had 2 years now in the pro here. I'm still very inexperienced, so even though I'm old, older than most of the boys on the table, I've still got a lot of years left, so it's just what path they pick for me. And but like I say again, I haven't looked past Saturday night at Craig. I've trained hard and I want to get the win and then push on and have one of these spots.
Any more questions? Just want to let everyone know, if you can't make it down to the arena on Saturday, we are live and exclusive on BoxNation in the UK, and we're on Showtime in the States. So excited to have some US coverage for what is a fantastic night's boxing. Thank you for all for coming down today, and we'll see you Saturday. Thanks.
Andy Lee versus Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO World Middleweight Championship, December 19th at the Manchester Arena. Tickets on sale now at frankwarren.com, or to watch on TV, subscribe at BoxNation.com.